build my gallows and build them high. Makes a long time climbing before I die.
Hello everybody, welcome to Shortbangers. I'm May.
Good evening, I'm Colin. How are you?
I'm good. Aye, that's a nice formal
It was like a
formal
news reader
greeting
or
there.
something.
Aye. I sometimes feel like we should do that at the end of the episode. Just have some papers to shuffle and
Aye.
can tap on the desk.
Were you in my class at school when we were older and we done, it was a management studies or something they called it. I think it's called business now, but it was called it was like the first year they were new subject to management information or something like that.
I don't think so.
And anyway, I'm saying it's a subject. I can't remember. It was a
It's
woman.
like a module. Sometimes we've got modules to do, eh?
Nah, it was a proper hire. Which I clearly I've said in my past, obviously. Right? Despite doing that now for a living. It was the woman who was married to a physics teacher, right? It was that kind of faculty or whatever you want to call it, right? Anyway, we had to do this thing, and we had to do a news report, and I was like, so we've done some kind of, I can't remember what it was, we've done some news report and all that, right? Oh, here's a big news that. It might be modern studies, actually. Nah, it couldn't have been. Anyway, they'd done all that. And at the end, I went, chuck in the and finally. You know, Dan, you get what I mean when I say and finally? Yeah. And finally, a cat got run over the day, like all that stuff. And we got her feedback for her, and she was like, didn't they get the and finally bit? They came what that was for. They came, I added that in. And I'm going, do you watch the fucking 10 o'clock news? It's like every night. It's on the news at 10 every night.
Aye.
What are you talking about? Like, I was like, fucking a teacher, qualified fucking professional. Never watched the news.
Imagine that she does watch the news, she just has no sense of humour. And it gets to that bit, and she just doesn't clock that that's like a wee light-hearted story to take your mind off of all the fucking horror that's happened in the world. And they go, aye, and finally, a cat rescued a fireman from up a tree. Like that, you go a wee bit light relief, comic relief, whatever. At the end, aye, she's just no clocked. That's what they do.
So you were in that class then, obviously.
Nah.
You would have remembered that.
You should have been whole hawk and done the fucking weather report and everything. Just right. We'll get some questions. I can't remember how many questions we've got. I was late getting the
I've not looked.
The tweet out for it, so we've not got tons of questions to get through. So we might have a bit of filler tonight, Colin.
Well, Saturday will win.
Aye, certainly for Shortbangers, the subscribers, I'm going to definitely have to delve into my old man's questions that he sent months ago, and he's been chinning me for no reading out.
Because they're not a good Tom. Gary says we're vetting the good questions.
Aye.
Tom. Tommy Touche.
So that'll be an extra Shortbangers extra. We'll probably have to dip into them.
I reckon we've got a lot of old questions kicking about. We never got round to some of them. The Christmas ones in that, Christmas decoration related and all that. We could get into them.
Just out of the blue, a Christmas one.
You might be surprised. There may be some there. We've not been looking at the questions a day, bookmarking them probably because we've been too busy sitting blocking everybody.
But that's it. Today's been just a big block fest on Twitter. I think I've ever been so it's a satisfying thing knowing that the person you're blocking is a bigot, and you just go fucking fuck yeah.
Do you know though? I actually saw, is it Kerner's Corner? He's a St Mirren fan. He replied saying better muting them.
And then they didn't again.
Because then they're like howling into the wind sort of thing. And I thought, I wish I'd thought about that rather than block, because then they get the satisfaction kind of folk like to say it's a badge of honour. And the post that saying, that fucker's blocked me, I can't, all that stuff is like a pat me in the back, look, I've been blocked. Whereas the mute one, they just think, like they keep rattling on and nobody hears them. I think that's quite a good way.
Do you know, I think it's a funny thing, the folk that shout about being blocked, right? And I ken loads of folk that have done it, that have gone, oh look, I've been blocked by this person, right? And I ken when that reindeer hot dog gadget was blocking everybody, there was a lot of folk sharing that they'd been blocked by him then. I think it was just because they wanted to be part of the group. But I always think, like, see if loads of folk are blocking you, you're a cunt, probably, right? That's probably what's happened here. That should be your wee wake up. It's no normal. Most folk didn't get blocked by loads of fucking Twitter accounts because you ken how to converse with people, you ken how to disagree, and you ken when folk are joking and when not to get involved. So you didn't get blocked. If loads of folk are blocking you, then you're doing it wrong. That's what
Aye.
I think. I'll never get the folk who it's like they're oblivious to it, and when they keep sharing, I've been blocked again, blocked again, blocked again. I don't think they realise that everybody else is clocked.
You've not got the self-awareness, Gene.
Aye, it's not everybody else that's the problem, mate. It's
Yeah.
aye. Anyway, right. How much of that have we filled for a wee rant
Dunno,
and
that's
a
good.
wee bit?
Aye.
Aye, 6 minutes
Tell
in,
folk
Paul.
to subscribe if they like hearing more of this.
To get me in it. Aye. We should. I think we'd actually talked at some point as well whether or not. So we had the question about whether we should vet the questions, which is one thing. You only read the very, very best ones. Which there is a temptation, but sometimes it's a surprise question that gets the best response. One that you didn't really think much when you read it,
Yeah.
and then you get into it and you go, actually, that's ended up really good. Or do we could just pick things to talk about, which is the other thing. We could do news stories, kind of like, have I got news for you? In that we could. I don't care if we're
It'd be
that's
infringing on Delaney's TV, rested TV programme.
maybe something to think about. Anyway, right. Lex Loafer is the first question topic, and I'm delighted by the way we've got loads of folk have put in topics on their tweets. So good for that bonus point. We definitely will read them if they've got a topic. Grammar. Why are we taught I before E except after C? There's lots of examples where that isn't the case. The saying should be I before E except after C, but only sometimes. It's just weird.
Aye. I know. So can you cover EI ceiling? Ceiling, that's one, eh?
Aye, weird even in that sentence.
Aye.
Why? Yeah, how is it a saying then if it's so
Ceiling isn't it right, by the way, because it's after C.
Oh, I forgot about the after C bit.
I just
E.
totally went over your fucking head. I was like,
Aye.
right, but aye, weird. Weird's a good one though. I don't know why we're taught that. I think it's the 80-20 rule, eh? Like you've heard the 80-20 rule.
Aye. But I don't even know if that measures up to that.
I think it'll be closer to 90-10.
Aye. What grammar rules throw you, or are you not entirely sure? Like, would you have to look up when to use this or that kind of thing? Not this or that, literally, because that's obvious.
No, some spelling sometimes. There's some words that sometimes you look at and you go, "Is that right?" You know, like, is it double S? Is it?
Aye.
Is it 2 C's and 2 S's? Kind of like successful. Is it? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But nothing major. The one that really annoys me, that I see quite a lot now, and when I first started, I used to think that's weird, and now you see it a lot more. Is where and where.
Oh, aye.
Get mixed up.
Aye.
I'm thinking, when did that become a thing? I didn't understand how. Because where's clearly got an H in it. Like, why do people think it's no? And obviously they should off and should have.
Yeah.
That's another one. But that's a lot more common. But the where and where one recently, I'm thinking, how do you even mistype that? Because H is like, it's not like it's even the key next to it.
No.
It's more central. You know?
Do you think phones are responsible for some of this shit though? Because my phone's a fucking dickhead. You've seen. We both fallen victim to it where you send a message.
I'm quite bad now. Yeah, because I didn't even go correct it now. I can't be fucked. And sometimes I go back and do that thing when you say what you mean, because that's generally though if I get doesn't make sense.
Aye.
But other times I go, oh, fuck me, look at the mess of that. I can't be arse fixing it anymore. But where and where. I've seen it in emails and all that, and I think it's your phone.
No.
You know, and I know you can put emails on your phone. I'm thinking at work and all that as well, though. You know, where you're generally not on your phone. You can be on your phone with emails, but
aye.
You can tell, because it tells you that thing at the bottom if it's Confere Mobile in the footer. So that one for me, I really can't get my head around that one.
Semicolons and colons. Yeah, like.
I'm not sure when. I think I know when it uses a semicolon, but I don't know when to upgrade it to a colon.
Aye. Yeah, it's like if you're. It's like the end of a point, but it's still the same sentence kind of thing, isn't it? It's that kind of thing. We use the one with the wee comma, the dot and the comma. That's a semicolon, is it? I can't remember which one's which.
It's a part colon.
It just it's because you never really use them that often, and I'm bad for hyphens now. Like maybe we'd overuse commas, but use hyphens. Aye, it just fuck knows.
I use
Do,
hyphens quite a lot, actually.
do you think too much emphasis is put on it, or not enough emphasis is put on having good grammar? Because everybody cares what you mean now. So like your where and where thing now, you could understand what the person meant generally. So does it matter?
It matters, aye. Mm-hmm. Matters.
Why?
Why bother with making sense of anything then? Why is it no that test you can do? It's like it's littered with spelling mistakes, but you can still work it out because the first letter and the last letter
Aye,
are
that's
correct
right.
or
Aye,
something.
your brain
You
still
can read
figures
it.
it.
Well, why bother with anything? Why bother just fucking just do initials and everything then? First letter, last letter, every word you mean.
Might try it.
You just say fuck it. Why play it at mixing where and where up and often have just say SD as you should. Folk do that the way. That's how texting that are going.
Aye, well that's what we were talking about that the other day, where is replaced I,
Yeah.
and just it's not even an abbreviation; it's only one letter. Right, Gaz on Safari said, name one thing you would really like to do. I really want a shot of a kebab slicer machine that looks satisfying. He says, that's a good question. One thing that you'd really and no,
The kebab slicer's quite good. It made me think of like cutting off folks' stookies or plasters. You know, like a cast. I'd quite like to have a shot at cutting them off. Do you see the relief? Or you ever had you had one on? You had
no,
one before?
not a sticky one before. I've never
So when
broke
you
a
get
bone.
off, you're constantly like that right away. Oh, that's magic.
Oh, yeah.
Aye, it's quality. I've had it a couple of times on my, well, it was a whole wrist. Do you remember it when I had it? It was a whole sort of arm one.
Aye.
Well, to my forearm. It was on my scaphoid twice. And aye, it's magic when you get off. So I suppose you're not getting you're getting the satisfaction of cutting it rather than the satisfaction of coming off. Aye,
is it like a wee circular saw to do for it? Like to
aye, and then they get the scissors into it, or the medical scissors.
Aye.
Because there's like a bandage in that on first day, so that was the sawing. Yeah, the pizza cutter, the electric pizza cutter, sort of cuts the cast, and then they come in with a big forceps sort of style scissors.
When I saw this question, I automatically thought of Gareth in the office, minding the kin. What's your fantasy, Gareth?
I know. That's one of the best lines, eh? That was never replicated in the American one.
No.
Ever.
No. What would I really want to do? There's some things I quite like. I wouldn't mind having a shot in a plane. That would be quite good.
It?
Aye.
A helicopter.
Nah,
that looks harder, eh?
Aye. A helicopter looks. I always think they're more likely to fuck up than a plane. I watched a thing the other day, right? So we've talked about this before. See, when you watch something on Facebook or fucking TikTok or whatever, and you start getting loads of videos the same. There was one. There was a pilot, and he was explaining what happens when you're in a plane, the engines go fucking silent almost. Like when he says, it's when you need to slow down, you're coming at land. He says we pretty much just coast. So they've got enough speed that they pretty much cut the engines like to all intents and purposes and just fucking glide down to slow down and lose altitude. So he says you shouldn't be freaked out when that happens. That's normal. And then he described turbulence, which was going through different. It's when the clouds are forming and there's different pockets of air. And some of the air's going up the way, so it nudges the plane up as it's going. So you see, that's kind of turbulence is, that's not to worry about. But then they did one where what happens if you lose both your engines? And they're in like one of these like proper flight simulators, and it's coming out of Dublin Airport, and they're at 6,000 feet, and it's we've lost the engines, and they fucking land the plane. Like, so they're coming in a wee bit faster than we would if we had the power. It just come down and you can bump. Everybody's fine. It's like,
you ever had any sort of scares on a plane, like when you've been on holiday and that.
Nah, the worst experience I've ever had on a plane was coming back for a honeymoon. We had Josh, the we timed it. So see, going we were in Greece. When we went over, we timed it for the flight. So he'd had his feed and he was going to be sleeping, and the flight there was a fucking breeze because he was settled. Coming back, the flight was delayed by it's like 4.5 hours or something.
Aye.
So he was tired and cranky, and he screamed that whole fucking flight. And you must have been on a flight when there's been a screaming bear around. It's horrible being near it, but when you're
Yeah.
responsible for the parent, it's fucking worse. I would never
Mm.
complain about it now or moan at the parent or whatever because you go, you're fucking, this is a nightmare for you. That was
You've
my,
just made me think of Sam Delaney's story about when it ended up with him going, "You fucking do it." That was
aye,
that came up with the
aye,
screaming bear.
I was telling there was a woman next to me, she was fucking tutting and everything, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, you know, like, it's not on purpose, you can see we're trying to fucking settle him. I mean, my mum and dad come to pick us up after we landed, and my mum just says, "You look fucking terrible." I was like, needed another holiday just for
In a
that flight.
holiday.
But no, nothing scary. I've had like bad turbulence and that, but nothing
Yeah.
where I've been panicked about what was going to happen. Have you?
Just at once, like we were coming back from Cyprus, I think it was, and plane took off, and you're still in that. You know when you're sitting on the plane and it's sort of sitting pointing up the way
Aye,
as you're still getting to altitude and that, and the fucking ends took a bit of a nosedive, eh? And then, but then it recovered itself, but then your 5 hours. This was in the first 10 minutes of the
aye,
flight, and you're 5 hours till you're home, and then you're hitting turbulence at every point, and like the plane it wasn't even a full plane. It was really quite like half at best full.
aye.
And you're looking about going, they'll not even notice if we didn't fucking get back here. Eh? Like you're just like, get me home, man, get me home. And it was like, my wife was negative, well, because she's my wife then, but she wasn't a great flyer. Anyway, like she still isn't a big fan of it, so and she was shiting herself all the way home, just like fucking hell, man. This is
You gripping around your arms of the chair and that, like.
well, once I was back up, I was all right. What I do is I was kind of looking at the same with the turbulence. I always have a wee look at the stewards and that,
Aye,
and think, well, if they're panicking, I might start panicking. If they look confident, then I'm going to put my trust in that.
aye. You just hope that you've not got an air steward with a total great poker face.
Or death wish.
Aye. But I guess I always think there's fuck all you can do about it. Do you know if it happens, it happens. And I get on a plane being at peace with that sort of that way of thinking, just going, well, you might get lucky, like the kind of plane that landed in the Hudson River when when it crashed. You might get lucky that it pans out all right. Or you might get the boy that's flying and turning the engines off after he's come out of Dublin. But if something proper goes wrong, it's going to be quick, in it. You'll have a bit of scary bit, and then you'll look at anything else, and that'll be you. Anyway, right. Guinness 2022 QWERTY style keyboards is the topic. It was a good topic. I don't think we've had that one yet.
Doesn't ring any bells.
Why has this style, migrated from way back in the manual typewriter era, never been challenged by some disruptor? Are we saying that arrangement is an article of faith?
What does he say in that before QWERTY that did it used to just be A to Z? Like,
No, on typewriters, like, so an old-fashioned typewriter had QWERTY.
right, okay. I've no idea why. I wonder if my mum knows. My mum was a typist. That was her, like, the secretary typist, you know, like when they had typing pools and all that in offices in the old days. I wonder if she would know why, because she's obviously a speed typist. That's her super strength. I don't know why it's like that. But then I don't know why the alphabet goes A to Z either. Like, whoever decided that?
Well, the alphabet.
A was at the start.
Yeah, it would have been weird if it started with Biro, eh?
Well, any more weird than starting the keyboard with Q?
No, do you want to ken the real reason for it? So, at first I thought it was maybe to do with speed, so that if you went and you had common letters that you could do from one finger to the next, right? Without having to, do you know, like you get the folk type with one finger.
Aye.
If you had two letters together that were always together, you'd have to use the same finger to get them. But apparently it was intended to reduce the jamming of type bars as they moved to shrink ink on the paper. Separating certain letters from each other on the keyboard reduced the amount of jamming.
Oh, with the old ones, because the big metal stick.
The wee thing used to ping up. So if they were too close together, I suppose it's the same thing, isn't it? Like you'd have to have letters that weren't the.
So now they could just say A to Z on a keyboard and not do it when they matter.
I wonder how long it would take you to get used to it. Are you good at typing?
Not bad. Not bad.
I
don't know how many words per minute I could do, but not bad.
I'm quite quick at it. It's because we used to use it for the Commodore 64. We used to write programs like to make a game. You would get a book and it was or a magazine. It'd say like copy this code into your computer, and then you'd have a game at the end of it. Aye. And you did it.
So you
like
passed
now,
the time in the old days, eh?
Fucking now, honestly, if I'm loading up a game and it takes me in 30 seconds, like, fucking hurry up.
It's like, tell me.
You would be like a day of typing it out, 20 minutes to fucking load it, and then you'd play it for
I had an Atari thing. My mum and dad got me an Atari. It wasn't a famous brand Atari, so it was always hard to find the games in that. For it, you couldn't go into a
John Menzies
shop. Can you go in and you'd be like, look for this certain type of Atari, and you sometimes got it, sometimes didn't. But then when you loaded it, fuck me, man, it could take 35 minutes in that to load a game.
And
then it could fail halfway through.
And then you just started again, no way. You just went, all right.
Now you'll be chugging with the window and that, It's like instant, everything fucking now. Same with Netflix and that, you used to have to go to Blockbusters and get a video of it.
It's funny that, Like, and that just, I think there's still one Blockbusters, like a famous one, isn't it? There's still one Blockbusters open in America. It's like the last remaining one.
To report it, and you go in, and if they never had the film you were intending to go and get, you would just pick another one.
The Blockbusters, there was Azad and Ritz, weren't it? They were like the
Ritz. I remember Ritz. Yeah.
It was like how Blockbusters managed to be the one that stuck out. We used to go and rent video games and that. Like eventually, you could go and rent an actual console as well. You could go and rent a Sega Saturn for the weekend and a couple of games.
Did you ever do was it Britannia Music Club? And then there was the other one. That was the one where you get the CD. You could say, I don't know, 3 CDs to join for £1, and then you would get one a month. They would just send you based on what you liked.
I didn't do that. I did love film.
That was the one I was going to say. Then the next thing came the films, and it was like, I don't know, they send you one a week or something, two a week. I can't remember what they used to do.
Love film was good. A good idea. And then obviously like streaming just took away. Netflix might have built it. It might have bought Love Film, and then it went to streaming. Streaming's much better,
It is, but Netflix. But then that was, broadband was broadband didn't exist. Internet was shite, dial up and that. And then you've had a telly that could. Yeah, kind of like telly's now could do it, but listen, that's all fucking two old guys talking, But we went on a Netflix. It was last weekend, and we're like, what do you want to watch? We've not got much on the planner. We're kind of up to date with all this stuff, and there's stuff there that we're thinking, I need to be in the right mood for that. And we'll go to Netflix and try and find a film or something. We spent about an hour fucking flicking through Netflix, and we ended up going, it's too late now for anyone.
I will not bother. Can you imagine if you'd walked into Blockbuster, you browsed them off for ages and go, fuck it, we'll no bother.
I know. It's like there's too much to pick me. You know what I mean? Like, fucking hell.
Aye, it's mad,
Imagine if you went into Netflix, though, right? And they went, nah, you can't watch that because Matthew and Taverner's watching it.
He's rented it. And you'd be like, what? They're meant to be clamping down on folk using like the same account, because we've got Netflix that, and then we'll give the password to Josh to watch it his grands and
I've only got 2 sign-ons. My mum and dad's got mine on it, and my daughter, the uni's got it, I'm sure, on hers, on her iPad or whatever, or on her telly. And all the bedrooms, so there's about 6 or 8 devices that are probably logged into it, but only 2 can watch it at the same time, I think, because I get it free through Sky. Sky give kind of part of my package, so I don't pay. So I could pay to upgrade it to the 6.
So we've got that, but we've got that with Sky because we want the 4K.
Right.
Obviously, fucking, because I'm geeky with fucking shit like that. But
So are all the programs in 4K now?
No, loads of them are. Tons and tons of them are. When it first came out, it was like there were few and far between. But most of the stuff on Netflix now, that comes out now is all Ultra HD.
Right.
So that's.
I've got the TD for it. I've never thought about that.
It's good.
I'll watch a football in it if I can. but I didn't bother with it. Never thought about putting films in that on it.
Aye, it's good. The worst thing about it with sharing it is if somebody logs into your account and see if you're partway through a series, and you just go to continue to pick up where you were, and somebody's watched it already, and you're like, fucking hell, now you have to find.
After watching the same
Whatever.
time, they can create their own profile.
I know. We do that, and sometimes they just jump on our one anyway. I don't know why. But there's been a few times you like you press play and you're going, what's happening here? And you realise you're fucking 3 episodes ahead of where you're meant to be. Oh, fucking raging. Anyway, right. That's us out of time. Can you believe it? We thought John might have joined us as well. John was he was going to come once he's recorded the match, or Longbangers gives a shout. And we did shout, and he's just, I think he's probably changing nappies or something like that.
He's not even read it.
Nah. Better things today, yeah. Hopefully he might join us for the subscriber one.
Still trying to get yourself a blowjob.
Who isn't he? Right, keep the questions coming, guys. We will read them, even shit ones. We're no at the stage where we have to implement quality control yet, but remember to put a topic on them. We'll have more questions on Shortbangers Extra. It's for subscribers. If you want to subscribe, as we said earlier, go to our Twitter profile, unless you're blocked, and click on the link and you can subscribe. It takes a wee minute to sign up. And if you get stuck with it, because some sort of folk don't care how to download the episodes to their iTunes and everything, just give us a wee message on Twitter and we'll talk you through it. It's fucking easy. Right,
what's wrong with these people?
I don't know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Well, they trailed me down when I broke free. I drank all the whiskey in Tennessee. I don't drink water, no.